Hi everyone. Today we are in conversation with CA Pramod Jain. Welcome. We'll be talking about the Union Budget 2024 and especially around the taxation on payments or remuneration for partners. It is actually heard that the payments that are made to the partners, be it any form, चाहे वो interest हो, salary हो, that is now attracting TDS.
Uh, thank you, Parasji. Namaste to all. Yes, this Union Budget 2024, which was presented on 23rd of July, has proposed a provision under Section 194T that any remuneration, salary, bonus, commission, interest, which is to be paid by a firm on that tax is to be deducted at the rate of 10%. The provision is so.
And is it correct to say it's only applicable to partnership firms or it is also applicable to LLPs?
No, it is applicable to both partnership firm as well as limited liability partnerships, LLPs, because the definition of firm includes the LLP. So
Okay.
it is applicable to the partners of the LLPs and firms both.
Okay. And this all amendment or let's say the introduction is effective from which date exactly? Because there is some confusion.
Actually, this provision is proposed to be effective from 1st of April 2025. Now, this being a tax deduction, a procedural procedure, so tax is required to be deducted from 1st April 25. Not it is not financial year 24-25 but financial year 25-26. So 1st April 25 से जो भी पेमेंट करेंगे उसके ऊपर टैक्स डिडक्ट करना है 10% to the partners for their remuneration, salary, etc.
Okay. And does it have any exemption or exclusion when we talk about payment made to the partners, or it captures all the payment that has been made?
Now, on aggregate of all remuneration, bonus, commission, interest, all including, if the amount is exceeding rupees 20,000 rupees per annum,
Okay.
on that, so if it is 21,000, so you have to deduct tax on 21,000 at the rate of 10%.
But if I recall correctly, a salaried employee can have income up to 7.75 lakhs without any tax. Then how come this is different but yet a salary?
Yes, you're very right, Parasji. In fact, for a salaried employee, there is no TDS up to 7,75,000 because 75,000 is standard deduction which is proposed for the new regime, and up to 7 lakhs you get that 87A relief. So there it is up to 7 lakh, no requirement of TDS, under section 192. But here, even if it is 25,000 for the whole year, the provision as of now, the proposed is 20,000.
But when exactly is this tax to be deducted on the payments made to the partners?
Parasji, just like all other provisions for the TDS, in this also the provision is there that at the time of payment or credit, whichever is earlier, the tax at the rate of 10% is to be deducted. It is said.
Okay. So basically, is there a requirement that we need to mention this as a term or a condition in our partnership deed or in LLP agreement, or it is very well understood?
No, Parasji. In fact, it is a mandatory condition
Oh.
to mention into the partnership deed or LLP agreement that how the remuneration would be paid to the partners, how it would be determined basically. So there are two ways to put it. One, they say, okay, this much amount specified to each partner, and then they say that this amount shall not exceed the limit specified under section 40 small b of the Income Tax Act. The another way they put that whole formula. Now that remuneration which was allowable based upon the book profit on the first 3 lakhs, now it has been increased to 6 lakhs. 90% of the book profits, and on the remaining it is 60% of the book profit, and in case of loss it was 1,50,000, now that has been increased to 3 lakh rupees. So it would depend upon the book profit. So in the deed they say the formula they mention and then say that the remuneration so determined would be paid in their profit loss sharing ratio or whatever the ratio say. So that is mentioned in the deed, and there have been various judgments that if the deed contains such a determination, then the same would be allowed. In both the cases, it is allowed.
Okay, pretty complicated, but it's understood now.
Mm.
And I think there is a lot of noise around the book profit. So how and when exactly this will be determined?
Book profit, again, the system is already there, defined under the Income Tax Act, that how it will be determined, but actually it is based upon my financial statements when they are finalized.
Okay.
So in case a firm or an LLP is under the audit, so say in August or September, something like that, then the financial statements are prepared and the book profits are determined, and based upon that, what is the remuneration which is allowable, that would be provided in the books on 31st March. That would be allowed.
Okay.
And the remaining, which is excess, that is treated as a drawing, basically.
Okay. Now I'm curious for an example. Let's say there is a partner. We have planned that we'll be paying them 12 lakhs, and every month is like a 1 lakh rupee that we are paying them. And partnership firm also agreed to that. But eventually, we realized that the overall payment for the year happened to be 8 lakhs and not 12 lakhs. So what is the consequence here?
Balaji, this is one of the main concerns under this proposed provision, that suppose, as you said, 12 lakh rupees, so each month's TDS is required to be deducted. So in this case, you'll have, when you have deducted TDS on 12 lakhs, so my partner's AIS would be reflecting this 12 lakh as an income to the partner. But when 8 lakh rupees is allowed as a deduction, so 8 lakh rupees would be taxable in the hands of the partner. So there would be mismatches, and there would be issues where the CPC could be making certain adjustments to the income, and then litigation could go on.
Okay. All right. But let's say if a partner withdraws his own capital, will it have any TDS implication?
This is again, Paraji, a very good question. Now, suppose a partner is withdrawing his capital, his profit, his interest of earlier years. So, whether that would be treated as remuneration per month, or so suppose he makes a fixed drawing of 50,000, and at the end of the year he determines the remuneration. So, whether that 50,000 would be treated as paid earlier, or it would be treated as the credit only at the end when the remuneration is credited to the account. So that complication would always remain, and we'll have to face and see that how the department clarifies that. Otherwise, that withdrawal issue would be there.
Okay, that's interesting. And it can be that the partners are not paid only less amounts. There are cases and situations where partners are paid very high amounts, and very handsome amounts are being paid. So for cases like that, when the payments are being happening to senior advocates, senior doctors, senior chartered accountants, architects, or many examples are there. But let's say there are huge amount of payments being made to the partners, and somehow there is a delay or there is a non-compliance of deduction of the TDS. So what kind of implications are we looking here?
Balaji, this is one of the very, very important issue that needs to be resolved, I would say, in this proposed provision, I would say, because when the book profit is determined in the month of September, and the relevant remuneration is accounted for in the month of 31st March. So the provision is made on 31st March, so TDS is to be deducted. If TDS is not deducted, then that remuneration 30% is disallowed under section 40 AIA. And in case that amount which is provided for on 31st March, the TDS would be paid only when the amount is determined, say September. So there is a delay of 6 months. So apart from the delayed payment of interest 1.5% per month, there could be a prosecution also. Prosecution, because the amendment which is proposed in this union budget for prosecution, where they have given a relaxation, but that is only up to the if the tax due deducted is paid before the due date of filing of that TDS statement. Now for this 31st March provision, the tax is to be deposited by 30th April, but the TDS statement is to be filled by the month of May, and the actually tax the remuneration is determined in the month of September. So the tax would be paid in the same month of September. So there would be a delay in the payment, and the amount increases the limits which are provided for the prosecution circular. Then there could be consequences of interest, prosecution, so many things which could be an issue under this provision.
Okay, this was really big and helpful though. Thank you so much, Mr. Pramod Jain. We really appreciate your assistance in answering all the questions. And besides that, I think if there are questions, I hope people can ask the questions to you on the messages or comments. And
Surely, Parajji. I'm hoping that this is current proposal, and I'm expecting certain amendment into this proposal. I'm hoping a favorable response for that. But as it is the proposal, the issues which we have you have asked and we have discussed, the issues could be there. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much.